Hello, hello, hello. All right, my beautiful people. Thank you for chiming in for today's presentation. Thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate that. I am getting things in alignment. And before you hit the scroll button, before you swipe left or right, I just have a quick question to ask you. Are you trying to build wealth, start a business, or access capital, but something keeps getting in the way? So this is what I'm going to talk about today. So if you're trying to build wealth, start a business, or access to capital, but something keeps getting in the way, I want to help you. So tonight we're going to be identifying where you are and what your next move should be when it comes to credit, business, capital, and wealth. So I'm breaking down three pathways, right? Which is going to be my credit profile optimization, my business structure, and also my capital structure. So this is definitely something you don't want to miss. If you know anybody that's looking for credit, business structure, or capital, you definitely want to share this live. You definitely want to share this live, right? Sharing is caring. So thank you guys for chiming in while I get everything set up. I will be right with you. So, and again, thank you, Facebook, for chiming in. Thank you, YouTube, for chiming in. Thank you guys for all of my new subscribers on YouTube. We are building that thing, baby. We are building it, and I appreciate your support. I appreciate your acknowledgement. But most important, I appreciate you, right? So let me see if I could find us some. Actually, we're not even going to do the music today. I know today is Friday. Today is pay yay, right? So today is pay yay, and I know you guys are out there, doing what you do. It's Friday. It is 4:05 here in my neck of the woods. I am in California. Drop in the comments where you're chiming in from. Please drop in the comments where you're chiming in from. I'm gonna go ahead and share my camera here so you guys can see that I am a real person. I'm a real person behind the screens, and I have my recession proof t-shirt on today, right? We are recession proof. We don't care what it looks like back here or out here in these financial streets. We don't care. We are recession proof, right, baby? We talk about credit, we talk about business, and we talk about capital. But the coolest thing about us is we don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. So welcome to my Friday night presentation. And I just realized that I have to get out here more and tell more people, right? I have to share this with more people. I have opened up my mentorship, and I've just obtained a few more mentees and stuff like that so that we can reach more people across the nation, right? Because I can't make all the money. I can't tell all the people, right? It's only one me. So yeah, that mentorship is now open to where you can actually use my software branded in Birth the Nation Network. My software is branded in Birth the Nation Network. So you're not promoting Birth the Nation Network. Here's the cool thing about it. You're promoting you. You're promoting your brand. You're promoting your personality. It's not scripted, right? So people love, know, and like you. So that's what we're doing. We are promoting you. And you're just not really promoting you, but we're putting you out there to where you can have an extra stream of wealth, right? An extra avenue to help more people, right? Because service is where the wealth is. We were put here to be servant leaders. So I have built that foundation in order to help you be that servant leader that God intended for you to be, right? So let me go ahead and share my screen. I'm not going to keep you guys too long. So let me do what we need to do on this beautiful Friday. How's the weather where you guys are chiming in from? How is the weather? And put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me before I actually start sharing the presentation. Let me go and make sure that we can see it on Facebook and YouTube. And I need TikTok and Instagram to bear with me. I haven't started going live with them yet. I need a few more devices linked up and set up and working properly in order for me to be able to do that. So that is something that my team and I are working on at this time. But let me see if I am live on YouTube. And is okay. And is okay. So I'm live on YouTube. Let me go see Facebook. Thank you guys for your patience. As you're chiming in, go ahead and drop where you're chiming in from. This is Kim, Mama Tank Connor, coming live and in person. Hold on one second. Let me go to. Yes, I am live on Facebook as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get this party started and let you guys continue to be great on purpose, right? So again, we are going to be talking about credit, business, capital, and most importantly, freedom. 1 second. Here we go. So this is me. I am her, right? I am qualified to let you guys know about all this information. I have so much information, And I was like, I need to share this, right? So that I can make room for new information because things, rules, laws, and regulations, they change on a daily basis. So I don't want to keep anything from you guys. I want you to be up on the laws, rules, and regulations as they change, right? Because it's imperative. It's very imperative that we stay on top of our business. Hence that saying, we stand on business. Well, let's stand on truth. So I come to you today. I went from homelessness to home ownership to building generational wealth by having multiple businesses, right? So I don't just teach financial literacy because it sounds good. I teach it because I've lived what happens when you don't have it. When I was in homelessness, that's when I was, sleeping on grandma's couch. My mama was homeless herself, right? And just trying to make ends meet. Signing up for Section 8, waiting on that to come through, getting cars repoed, running up credit cards because I didn't know any better, right? I was not financially literate at the time. So then as my mother was passing away, I saw what was being passed down to me. That was my inheritance, is what I thought. My inheritance was the poverty mindset, the drug abuse, the alcohol diseases that ran in my family, right? The fights, the division, the separation, the chaos. I thought that was my inheritance until I ran into a mentor of mine that taught me about mental, personal, and self-development. I didn't even know you could change your identity until I learned you could change your identity, right? Our past does not define who we are. Our decisions do. So when my mother was passing away, like a year before she got her Social Security, she had been working all these dead end jobs. She was, like I said, homeless herself. I was on Section 8. And she was passing away suddenly from leukemia. She was diagnosed in December of 2013, and she passed away on Mother's Day of 2014, May 11th of 2014. So it was a sudden impact to us. We weren't expecting that. But as she was drifting away slowly, her soul was leaving her. I said, Mom, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to go, but I'm going to make you proud. I will not let you having to live like this be in vain. My mother passed away in 2014. I bought my first home in 2017. 3 years later, I became a homeowner. But again, when I was in that home, I wasn't financially literate still. I just knew I needed a 620 to qualify for a house. But it took me 2 years to correct my credit. It took me 2 years to clean up my credit, build my credit. And I was like, had I known about credit, I would have never messed my credit up in the first place. And it wouldn't have taken me 2 years to do it. Right. So in that third year, I became a homeowner. And then I started running up all my credit cards and stuff like that. I was like, okay, I got the home, I got the car, I got the accolades. I don't need credit anymore. So I stopped paying my credit card bills because I was not financially literate. I thought credit cards were free money. Who taught me these things? I had no clue. You don't know you need credit, or you don't know the importance of credit until you need credit, right? And then I lost my job. I lost my job and I almost lost my home. So I tried to get a home equity line of credit on my home. I didn't qualify for a home equity line of credit because now my credit was shot, which I thought I never needed it again. I had what I wanted. I thought I never needed it again. And I'm only sharing this story because I know I'm not the only one that thought like that. I know I'm not the only one that thinks like that, right? I'm not the only one that had to fail in order to succeed. Almost lost my home due to foreclosure. And then that's when I found this company that I partnered with. And you guys who have been following me for years, you guys know the name of the company. I'm not going to bring it to the attention right now, but it's a multi-level marketing company where I was an affiliate and I was sharing a link for other people to get their credit repaired while I fixed my own, right? And I made a commission on it and it helped. It was great. It taught me about financial literacy. It also taught me about business, right? It taught me about business and how to relate to people in a specific way and how to work on my credit in the right way. Right. So that is what helped me to save my home from foreclosure. I bought my home in 2017, and then the pandemic, whatever you want to call it, it happened in 2020. So you see there's a 3 year span. I became a homeowner, almost lost it and stuff like that. Then the pandemic hit and I was able to save my home from foreclosure because we did not have to pay the mortgage anymore for a little while. It was on standstill, right? But I had to go through all that to become a multiple business owner. So you know the old saying that God may not show up when you want him, but he's always on time. So I owe this solely to God, the Most High. I owe it all to him in leading me in a direction on which I became a leader of that company. I became the presentation, a part of the presentation team of that company. And it gave me the courage to go out there to speak the truth about financial literacy. So yeah, there's a whole lot to that story, but I'm not going to keep you guys long. And here I am today. I just wanted to give you guys a few of my accolades and let you guys know that we are working, right? So I want you to know that your current situation does not have to become your permanent identity. Where you started, look, I started being homeless, Section 8 and stuff like that. So where you start does not determine where you finish. I created Birth the Nation Network because financial empowerment should be taught, not hidden. My mission here today and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is to help people change their financial trajectory. That way you can change the trajectory of your family tree through education, strategy, and action, right? One very, very important thing I want you guys to understand, we have to build the foundation before you build the empire. I know everybody's like, I want legacy. I want to build an empire. But if you don't have the proper foundation, that empire, that tower, that legacy will fall flat on its face. I'm not speaking that over anybody here on this live because we're not going to bring that into existence. It's just reality. And I've lived it. So I'm here today to give it you guys a shortcut on what it looks like, what it feels like, and what it is like to be a multiple business owner, to be a homeowner, to have good credit, right? To become a landlord. So that is what we're doing today. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's talk about from credit to capital. This is where we're going to build the foundation, position the business, and that way you'll have access to the opportunity right? Access the opportunity. What we'll cover today is the problem, the pathway, the proof, and your next step. The problem. Let's talk about the problem. You keep getting told no. You keep getting denied. You keep wondering, why am I getting so many rejections? You're confused. They say certain things are scams, and it's just that you're still confused about money, right? You don't know who to trust. You have no clear answers. Most people aren't denied because they're unworthy. They're denied because they were never properly positioned in the first place. You're still over there wondering, why can't I get approved? I need money now, right? Is my personal credit the problem? Where do I even start? What do lenders actually look for? So these are some of the problems that we are going to address today. Here with the band wealth building pathway. Okay, so we talked about the problem, but with every problem there is a solution. Problems are just opportunities. Solution is the pathway. So with Birth the Nation Network, it doesn't just, we don't just hand you a product, we hand you a roadmap, a structured stage by stage process that meets you where you are and moves you towards where capital resides. So whether you're repairing credit, building business from scratch, or actively seeking funding, there is a pathway for your stage. Yes, there is. All right. So this is built for people who want real results. I need you guys to know that. Our mission here is to simply equip everyday people with the credit knowledge, business education, and funding access that they deserve. Our belief is wealth is built, not stumbled upon, right? Every step of the foundation, it actually matters. You guys, here's a ladder. You cannot step on that first step of the ladder and then go ahead and take the 10th step to that ladder. You have to go up a ladder one step at a time. Number one, for your safety, for your security, and I'm going to say for your health, right? You don't want to fall off and break a limb or something like that. You don't want your ladder to fall down. You want to make sure, first of all, that ladder is on a secured foundation so that it doesn't wobble and you don't fall off, right? Our purpose here is no shortcuts, no false hope. It's a real strategy that's built around your real position, right? Every credit profile is like a fingerprint. They're all unique. So this is a movement, not a monument. It's a marathon, not a race. All right, so let's keep going. Which one sounds like you? Is it your personal credit that needs work? That's number one. That's option one, which means credit issues are blocking my pathway forward. How about number two? I have an idea, but no business yet. I want to build a properly structured company. How about three? I have a business and need capital, like working capital, equipment, credit lines, or even real estate. I have access to all these firsthand. So I'm not the middleman. I am not the middleman. I have my own software, right? So we're going to work together to make sure that you have everything you need personally. You know me, you like me, You trust me. So I'm not going to pass my people to a middleman that's going to pass them to a middleman. And then I'm sitting there waiting for results, not knowing what's going on with the people that I care about. So I decided to build my own table and help my people the right way. I know the results that you guys are getting. I know the strategy that we discussed, right? Or maybe this is you're somewhere in between and you just need help figuring out what comes first. Now is the time, y'all. Y'all see what's going on with the administration. You guys see what's going on with the economics, right? With the economy, with everything going up except for your paycheck, your wages. It's time for us to act now, especially before the holidays. I spoke about this the other day. It's time for us to act now, especially before the holidays. Do I want your money? No. Do I need your money? No. But what I do need is for you guys to take heed and stop being taken advantage of. That's my desire. And I hope it's yours too. I'm definitely here for it. I am that freedom fighter for you. Let's talk about the pathway one that we have, which is the credit profile optimization. Your credit score is just a number, y'all. Let's get this clear. Let's make one thing perfectly clear. Your credit score is just a number. Your credit profile is the full story. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So your credit score is just a number, but your credit profile is the full story. And that's what lenders look at. They read the whole entire story. So if your profile includes like collections, charge-offs, high utilization, inaccurate information, or late payments, your first step isn't funding, right? Would you guys agree? Put one in the chat if you agree that this person that I just described is not ready for funding. Your first step would be optimization, credit profile optimization. This is where we're going to get in and hold on one second. This is where we're going to get in and review what's actually being reported to your credit profile. All three credit bureaus, right? Then we're going to identify what's harmful and we're going to recognize what's helpful. And then we're going to prepare you and put you in a position for your next financial goal, right? So let me give you guys a couple of tips. So the credit profile is built up of 5 factors, okay? Built up of 5 factors. Business credit is built up of only 1 factor or based on only 1 factor. The business credit profile is built up on the payment history only. The personal credit profile is built on based upon utilization, payment history, length of credit, credit mix, and the credit mix, and then the credit mix, and then I'm just gonna say inquiries. Inquiries, right? So what we do is we review what's actually reporting on your profile, what's inaccurate, outdating, or damaging, and what steps create a stronger financial profile. All right. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. So you think about it, and I need you guys to think about something. When they were giving out those stimulus checks, the only way that we can actually obtain that stimulus check during that pandemic was if you had filed your taxes, right? But not only that, they were giving personal people, individuals, like $1,300 stimulus checks during that time, but they were giving businesses $25,000. So it's definitely time to position yourself to be a business. So when they start making it rain or when some stuff go down, you are already in position. So the best time to start is now, right? So let's talk about pathway 2, which is build the business foundation. the business structure and registration first, right? And then you want to do your business banking and identity, revenue tracking and documentation. So with the business structure and registration, it's your LLC, your EIN, your operating agreement, and the legal backbone. That is the legal backbone of your business. That is the legal backbone of your business. A lot of people that I've found say, "Yeah, I have a business. I got an LLC." That does not mean you have a business. That means you just have an LLC, right? Until you get your LLC, your EIN, and your business bank account, you cannot call yourself a business. You can call yourself an LLC owner, okay? Just saying, I didn't want to ruffle no feathers. But the business banking, you want to keep your personal separate from your business. I'll say that again. Keep your personal, which is you and your social security number, separate from your business, which is your business and your EIN. Okay. You want to separate the finances. You want to build business credit history, as well as continue to work on your personal credit history, because out of the gate, don't think, oh, I'm going to get an EIN and an LLC and I'm going to be able to apply for all these different. Now I got a whole new identity. I can start getting business credit. That's not how it works. Because if your business has an established credibility, you are therefore going to have to be, I'm just going to say, the co-signer for your business, right? It's like when you have a child and they don't have any credit yet, you have to co-sign for that child to help them build credit. Same thing with your business. So the better your credit, your personal credit, the better your opportunity for funding. I'm just putting that out there. Okay. And then as far as revenue tracking and documentation, lenders want to see a real operating business, not just an idea with an LLC. So that's where, I will help you put an action plan together where you'll have a vision and a mission statement as well as projections. I do have people on my team that will build out your whole entire business plan as well. Yes, yes, yes. All right, let's talk about pathway 3. And I'm going to start bringing my business partners in. This is my first week. I will start bringing them in, hopefully by next week, so that they can speak to you personally about what our team does and how we do it, right? I have a tax provider. I have Fair Credit Reporting Act attorney. I have a web designer. I have insurance, person that does insurance. And of course, we have the credit profile optimization. We have people that actually help you with your business plan, your business structure. And then, of course, we help you with that credit profile optimization, right? So let's talk about pathway 3, which is access funding opportunities. And do you have to be 100% knowledgeable on any of this stuff? Absolutely not. I didn't know any of this before I got started, but the whole key was I had to get started, right? You don't know what you're up against until you actually plug your information into these systems, and then the system gives us an amazing pathway to success, right? So as far as my funding opportunity, I have my own funding tool as well. It's a simple me take your information, which is your credit monitoring service, plug it into my funding tool. They tell me what I potentially need to work on as far as your personal credit. And then they let me know if you're eligible for funding. If you're eligible for funding, it's a click of the button. We run you through and you get funded within 3 to 7 days, right? Sometimes sooner than that. But that's the funding opportunity. But if you're not ready for funding, it just goes ahead and kicks you over into my credit software, where I will help you structure a game plan to target anything that's erroneous, inaccurate, or obsolete on your credit profile. Now, with my funding opportunities, if you already have a business, once your foundation is built, the right type of capital becomes accessible, right? Or once we do the excuse me, let me get this right here. Once we go through and we give you the consultation and find out where you actually fit in the programs that we have to offer, that's where we'll move forward, right? Because again, everybody is unique. So we have different business. We know that different businesses need different strategies, right? Different people need different strategies. This is not a one. This is not a one size fit all. So for our working capital, you can get anywhere from $5,000 to $1.5 million for established businesses with consistent revenue. Okay. And then we have 0% business financing where you can get up to $100,000 leveraging strong personal credit. Startups may qualify, right? But again, we'll have to take a look at that. What about equipment financing? You can get up to $20,000 plus with the equipment itself, potentially serving as collateral. So let's talk about this. If you're already a plumber or an HVAC provider and you have equipment and you want to use that as collateral, they'll take a look at that and you could potentially qualify for the $20,000 up to $20,000 with the equipment itself, right? That's how that works. What about revolving credit line? You can get up to 5,000. I mean, you can get up to 5,000 up to $1.5 million in that as well, and flexible ongoing access to capital. Now, this is our revolving credit line. I'm super excited about this. Real estate financing, you can get up to $100,000 plus for fix and flips, rentals, new construction, and DSCR deals. I am so excited about this. I cannot hold this to myself. I have to let you guys know that I am the best kept secret, but no longer, right? So this is what I've been working on the back end, and I just wanted to make sure that everything was in alignment before I put it out there. I'm a strong believer of the foundation first and then the presentation. The foundation first and then the success. The foundation first and then the support system. The foundation first and the proof. So the transformation before and after. So imagine yourself before band, before you heard about me, Birth the Nation Network. You were a little confused about credit. And I know everybody's chat GPT in it, right? But they're not personable, right? They get their information from hundreds of opinions, not hundreds, millions of opinions that's all forced into data. So those are opinions. But with me and people like me, we're actually giving it to you from experience. So before Birth the Nation Network, you may have been confused about credit. Maybe you have no business structure, or you possibly have a business, but you're getting rejected for funding, right? But imagine this. After Birth the Nation Network, we ran you through our optimized credit profile, got your credit together, and then we registered your business. Then, ta-da, your capital access has unlocked and approved, right? Imagine that. Yes, imagine that. I want you guys to be one of these testimonies from idea to operating a business, right? So why now? Remember, I said we need to get started now. Now is the time to get started. We're almost approaching a new year. My, how time flies. I can't believe that we're already about to hit September. My goodness. So why now? The cost of waiting is real, right? I know I'm not the only one that's saying, dang, I thought it was just the 1st of January. Every month that you delay on making that decision is a month that your credit continues to age in the wrong direction. Your competitors continue to build and funding opportunities remain out of reach. to you. One second. Stay hydrated, y'all. All right. So another reason is waiting costs credit. Negative items keep reporting. It's not going to wait for us, right? Your utilization stays higher, and time is not neutral. It don't wait. My grandma used to tell me all the time, time don't wait for nobody. That's why we have to beat the clock by getting started now. Waiting costs positioning because lenders, they want history. So the longer you wait, the longer it takes for us to build that history, right? Time in business actually matters. So every month is a missed clock cycle. Again, waiting simply costs opportunity because real estate deals, they don't wait. Competitors don't pause. Capital rewards those who are ready. Money loves speed. So does capital, right? So who is this for? Who is this for, you might ask? So this is for you if you want to understand and improve your credit profile. If you already have a business and you're ready to pursue capital. If you want to turn a skill, service, or idea into a real business. If you are committed to the long game of wealth building, it's a commitment, right? It's an identity shift. It's a lifestyle. So if you're ready for this type of lifestyle and you're committed to the long game of wealth building, the time is now. And this is who this is for. Now, I got to let y'all know something. I have to let you know who it's not for. If you're like in a hurry and you're like, oh my God, I'm about to purchase a house. I want to purchase a house in 90 days and I got a 4 or 5 or 600 credit score and I'm going to purchase my house and I want to purchase my house in 30 days and I need my credit report clean like tomorrow. Or you're looking for guaranteed funding, right? I'm not the lender. I'm not the credit bureau and neither is my team. But we do lead you in the right direction where you can get these things. But if you're looking for guaranteed funding and guaranteed immediate results, I'm not that person for you. Because as far as the guaranteed funding, if you're looking for that, approval is never guaranteed. It depends on your qualifications and the lender. It depends on your qualifications and the lender. So that's why it's just best to get in here, do a consultation, let us take a look, and start working on it now. It doesn't hurt to look, right? And again, if you're unwilling to do the foundational work, because there are some things legally we cannot do for you, but we will tell you and show you how to do them. Because credit repair and business structure, it takes honest effort and time. And we get results over here. Again, like I said, if you're looking for overnight results, this ain't for you. This is a marathon, not a race. Sustainable wealth requires a real strategy, not just something that we throw against the wall and see what sticks. It requires a real strategy. And it's okay because this is going to put you in position to be a real boss. Also, who this is not for is if you're not serious about your financial position, then I'm not the person for you. We're not the people for you. Because BAN works for people who are ready to be honest about where they are. And you don't have to lie to me because your credit history is going to tell it all. And one thing I want to push back on, don't be embarrassed to start. I don't care where you're at, who you are, or where you are. We're in a no judgment zone here. Everybody's born with a 300 credit score. Everybody goes through trials and tribulations. Everybody maxes out their credit cards, right? Because of family emergencies. And I'm saying it happens to all of us, even the rich. Our president filed chapter 7 or 13, I don't know how many times, right? This whole thing is a game, but we can't win the game if we don't know the rules to the game. We can't win the game if we don't even get in the field. So now it's time for us to get in the field, play the game, but play to win and not to lose. Ain't no losers over here. Somebody drop in the chat. No losers, all wins, right? I don't care what it looks like. It's still a win. It's still a win because the first step to change is awareness. You can't change nothing you're not aware of. So that's the first step to change, and that's awareness. And that's because you'll pull people's, watch them pull their credit report and they'll be like, man, I didn't know my credit was that good, or I didn't know my credit was that bad, right? So it's the awareness that brings them to change. The awareness. It's like, okay, so I have this credit score, so now I'm going to switch up and change my identity to have funding. Okay, I have this low of a credit score, so now I'm going to change my identity and switch up to have at least a 600, and then a 700, right? And then an 800. You need that awareness. So we're here to help you with the awareness. And if you, I got some good stuff for you guys. So let me keep going. I could speak about this all day. So how it actually works, it works in 3 steps from start to capital, right? We're going to access, review your credit. We're going to review your business so that we can get you funding readiness, right? And then you just simply follow the pathway. We're going to execute the strategy, take action. We're going to build that foundation first. Foundation's important, and then you're going to access capital. So follow the pathway. You would choose the credit profile optimization if your credit needs work, right? Then we're going to structure everything for you. And then you're on your funding route. And I'm not really going to talk about what makes BAN different other than people, because I'm not in competition with anybody and nobody's in competition with me, right? We all are our own unique greatness, but what makes me stand out, I'm just going to say, you know what I'm saying? You really have to get to know me in order to know me, right? So with BAN, we're going to give you a personalized pathway. We're going to help you with business structure support. We're going to help you with the funding readiness education. We're going to help you with the wealth building strategy. We're also going to help you with stage specific guidance. And then with this new tool I have, there's no upfront funding fee. All we do is plug your information in there and see where it goes. So there's no upfront funding fee. So we're more than a service. We're a whole entire system. So that's what makes us different. I can't speak about anybody else, and I will not speak about anybody else, because that I don't have to do that. I don't have to put another person down in order to feel bigger about what we do around here. That's not the business. We are authentic. We are true. We follow the law so that these things don't come back on your credit report. We follow the laws. We have the systems. I work closely with each and every developer of my systems. We have trainings often, not only from me, but from the developers of our systems, so that you could be the expert of your system, right? So most providers, they offer one piece credit repair, or either funding connections or business registration. BAN offers a complete pathway. You get it all. And I'm not breaking the bank, because I understand how it is to get started. You just need to get started. You don't need to get stuck. You don't need to come in here and purchase one product and then purchase another one and another one and another one. And then You're still stuck. I'm speaking from experience. So BAN offers a complete pathway from broken credit profile to business capital to wealth. That's the plan. It's a system, it's a structure. And another thing we don't do, we don't chase money. We build a foundation that makes capital useful. I'll say that again. We don't chase money. We build a foundation that makes capital useful. We attract. So we don't chase, we attract. We sell money. If that's what, to keep it 100, we sell money. Okay? So that is that. So our commitment, our strategy, I have about 10 more minutes, right? Our commitment, the strategy without shortcuts. Again, we're going to give you an honest assessment, clear direction, and no upfront funding. So you're like, okay, yeah. Get to the meat and potatoes. How much is it, right? We don't do the prices before the actual presentation, number one. But I do have some very, very special offers for you guys today. This is the fairest pricing on the face of this planet. My mentors are beating me up. I just got off a meeting today. They're super mad at me because they're like, Kim, they've been asking me to raise my prices for the last 2 years. And I've raised them a bit. My mentors are charging anywhere from 5 to 10K up front to fix people's credit, and people are paying it, right? My credit profile optimization is $1,500 right now, but I'm only charging $500. This is a strategic credit profile review. We're going to identify your credit profile and the optimization profile or process together. Now, it is a done with you, and I say done with you because, yes, you are going to be on the phone with me personally for a while. I have a few slots left. I only have 20 slots left for the credit profile optimization. You'll be on the phone with me personally or one-on-one, and we're going to go over the strategy. We're going to put your information in my software. We're going to generate your letters, and I will print them for you and mail them off for you, certified mail, or send them to my printing company, right? And the thing that I found to be true, I really like to do the done with you because a lot of you guys are busy. You might say, I'll do it later, when I'm doing it right now, right? And you can go on to continue to work or care for the children, cook, clean, care for the husband, care for the wife, and then let me do what I do best. So that credit profile optimization is only $500, a one-time fee of $500. Well, upfront fee of $500. There is a maintenance fee on a monthly basis, but it's low as well. All right. And then the business structure program $750, only $750. And this is a full $1,500 package as well, but I'm giving you 50% off of it today. It's a full business foundation setup and documentation. So yes, your LLC, your EIN, your articles of organization. Also, I'm going to create you an ebook that has all of the information and the work that we've done. So you're going to have your business name, your business email, your business phone number, your business address. All that stuff is going to be in your obtainable ebook, right? It's also going to have your mission and vision statement in there and a mini projection for you, if you will, because we're going to go and it's going to be designed and structured solely with your logo, your business name, your T. You're going to have the picture. If you're a trucking company, you're going to have the trucks on your ebook and everything. If you are a restaurant, I just did one for a restaurant. They had their menu in their ebook. At the end of the day, it's beautiful. So that's what's going to be included in the $750. And um, you're paying for the mentorship. You're actually paying for the ebook, the service, the one-on-one intimacy, to where you're not just left out there in the dark to do it yourself. Now, we do have a do-it-yourself ebook for both the credit and the business structure program, if that's what you want to do. So ask me about that in the chat, and I will give you more information about that. All right. Hey, Facebook. Hey, Facebook. I see you guys over here. Yes, yes, yes. All right, all right. So you guys do me a favor and just go ahead and drop in the chat if you have any questions. I am here on this platform, so I can't see your comments at the moment, but I will answer your comments when I go back and look on the Facebook Live, right? And as well as YouTube. Thank you guys for showing up. And if you're just getting here late, or whether you're watching the replay, you can rewind and take notes and get at me, right? So the funding opportunities, of course, it's $0 if you're qualified. So no upfront Birth the Nation Network service fee to access our funding through our process. We also have an all-exclusive pathways. This is where you'll get our credit profile optimization, as well as our business structure and the funding readiness for only $1,100. As you can see, let me show you. The credit profile optimization is $500 standalone. The business structure program is $750 standalone. So right there, that's $1,250 right there, right? So with the all-inclusive pathway for only $1,100, that's $150 savings right there for the all-inclusive pathway. Or if you're not sure which strategy to take or which path to take, you can start with our strategy session, and that's only $47. My consultations are $97 for 30 minutes. So, but if you're not sure, and I'm doing this for the live, and I'm catching my people before the holidays. That's it. That's all. That's my mission. That's my goal. Because sometimes the issue, it isn't simply credit. Sometimes it's just structure. So if you want to, sit down with me, we pull your credit report and we'll go over that with you. Because sometimes you're already positioned and simply need to know where the capital is. That's fine. That's why we start with the strategy session. During this strategy session, you'll get your private consultation with me. What we will review or may review, if you have the information, your personal credit profile. And even if you don't have access to your credit profile, I prefer to give you my link, which is only $1 to pull your credit profile. No worries. And I can see all 3 credit bureaus. And not only that, it's not only going to give me a 2-year history. I got one that's going to give me a 7-year history. All right. So we'll pull your personal credit profile, your business structure. I'll ask you questions about that to determine if you're funding readiness, right? I'm going to look at your utilization, your inquiries, your reporting discrepancies, all kinds of stuff. Ask you and check out to see if you're home ownership ready, right? I want to know about your financial goals. Your recommended next steps is what I'm going to provide you with. So the consultation investment is only $47, and it's going to include your complimentary copy. I forgot this. It's going to include your complimentary copy of my do-it-yourself guide, which is called Take Back Your Profile. In that guide, you are going to be furnished with templates. You're going to be provided with the telephone numbers to the credit bureaus. You're going to be provided with, of course, information about what you need to do. And those ebooks come with with clickable links. So you can click on them and go straight to where you need to go to. And I have the ebooks for the business credit as well, you guys. So if you need the business credit ebook, I have those as well. So this is what I'll do. Well, no, because when you enroll in the $47 one, the ebook automatically comes to you. The DIY guide automatically comes to you. But yeah, so when I do the consultation for either package, you just let me know which ebook you would like to obtain, and it's yours. And it's on me. It's free. It's on me, baby. All right. So there you have it. This is Mama Take. Let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen. Stop sharing my screen. Okay, there we go. All right, so there we have it. This is Mama Tank. I will see you guys again on Monday. And just remember to be great on purpose. And just remember, the best time to start is now. All right, I will drop the link to each and every one of you. Just put me in the comments or funding, and I will get back with you. I love each and every one of you. Continue to be great on purpose. Goodbye.